Right guys, what is going on? Match reaction, Ipswich 0, Liverpool 2, and the slot era begins with a victory. Thoroughly deserved victory for Liverpool. I mean, Ipswich, I thought Ipswich in the first half were very good, defensively solid. They were a threat on the attack, Ipswich, in that first half, but in the second half, Liverpool just turned it up a gear and just absolutely dominated them, really. It was a tough watch for them Ipswich fans in that second half because they just couldn't get out their own half. And I was saying in the watch along, like, Liverpool aren't going to be that bad in the second half, and they weren't. It was clinical from Liverpool in that second half, and they turned up the heat on Ipswich, and it paid off because I think they needed to turn up Liverpool because that first half they were flat, and maybe they were flat because it's Slot's first game. Players were maybe getting used to the system. But that second half, I thought Liverpool were brilliant. And it can always be tricky. It can always be a bit slippy. First game of the Premier League season away from home against a promoted team. You can always lose or draw. But no, I thought Liverpool today were solid in all areas. Defensively solid. Midfield was good. I thought Gravenberch had a very good game. I think it's a big season for Ryan Gravenberch. Obviously, last season, I think he had a couple of injuries. But it's a big season for him. He's Dutch manager. I think Gravenberch is going to start a lot of games this season, and it's a big season for him. I thought he played well. Attack was good as well. Pacey, fast. Salah, assist and a goal, which we'll talk about in a bit. So Salah's up and running for the new season. But yeah, all in all, I think Slot will be very, very happy with that performance. Kieran McKenna, I think, can be happy as well because, Ipswich were, never favourites to win this game. And I think they were always going to lose this game, which did happen. But I think, Kieran McKenna can be proud because in that first half they were solid. It's just that second half. Yeah. Thing is, when Liverpool decided to turn it on, they turned it on, and Ipswich just couldn't cope with it. Unfortunately, they had a few chances in the first half. Ipswich, Greaves header from the cross. That was a big chance. Header just straight out, and no comfortable save really. And the first half, Kieran McKenna can be proud that Liverpool didn't have a shot on target in that first half. And that's credit to Ipswich's defending in that first half and how solid they were. But you always felt like, and it did happen in the second half, the game would get more stretched, the game would become more open, which it did do, and that was always going to favour Liverpool because they've got better players, better technical players, and they're a better team than Ipswich. But let's talk about the goals. Diogo Jota giving Liverpool a 1-0 lead right on the hour mark. 2 minutes previous to Jota scoring, he should have scored with a header. It's a wonderful crossing by Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's flat, it's pacey. Jota wins the header. He's unmarked, and he heads it wide of the post. And that really should have gone in, but he redeemed himself, Jota, moments later. Trent again at the heart of it. Lovely through ball to send away Salah on the right-hand side. Salah does the unselfish thing. Tees up Jota, who was never going to miss this time. Puts it into the net. Good run by Salah. I think Salah had a good game. Obviously had a good game, assisted a goal, but I think his runs today, Salah were smart. And yeah, this was a really nice assist by Salah. Just lays it off to Jota. Jota was never going to miss this time. Liverpool take a 1-0 lead, and you always felt if Liverpool did take a 1-0 lead, it was going to be very, very difficult for Ipswich to get back into the game. I felt like Ipswich needed to score the first goal, which didn't happen. And then 5 minutes later, in the 65th minute, it was 2-0 to Liverpool. Mohamed Salah scoring his 9th goal on the opening game of the season. A new Premier League record, that, for Salah. His 9th goal Plays a 1-2, I think, with Soboslai on the edge of the box, and he just pokes it in past the keeper, uses his toes just to prod it past the keeper, who's coming out, but he can't get down in time. The keeper, Liverpool, 2-0 lead, and it was game over then. No coming back for Ipswich, and but I think Ipswich can be proud of that performance. Obviously they're going to lose next week as well because they've got Manchester City. So, but this is the Premier League. Every game for Ipswich is going to be difficult. It is, and I always say if you're a promoted team, you need to have a good home record, because away from home you're gonna lose most games away from home. So it's vital you have a decent home record. I know they lost here today, but that first half they can take positives. Second half, no real positives, to be honest. I think Amari Hutchinson had a good game. I think he was the standout for me for Ipswich. But yeah, a good performance by Liverpool in the second half. Slot will be very, very pleased indeed to kick off the Premier League campaign with a victory. Not sure who Liverpool play next week, but I do know that their third game, September the 1st, I believe it is, Manchester United at Old Trafford. What a game that should be. Slot's third game in charge, United away. Difficult. But yeah, Liverpool, very good performance, especially in the second half. Ipswich, they're going to find it difficult this season, let's be honest. Ipswich, I think in my Premier League predictions, I put them last. I put them bottom of the table. So I've got no hope for Ipswich, really. But yeah, they are going to struggle. Every promoted team's going to struggle. But Ipswich, I think, will be going down, unfortunately, but they can take positives from that performance. But guys, let me know in the comments your thoughts on the match. Please like, subscribe, turn on notifications. I'll catch you later.